So I've been talking a lot about property taxes. I know enough to be dangerous, but I'm not the expert. So I decided that I would come talk to the expert and ask him the questions that I know everybody's been asking. So I'm here with Mike Castellan. He's the St. Joseph County Assessor. It is his job to manage the property assessment process and the appeals process here in St. Joe County. He's got 15 years experience, and I know he's very focused on educating the residents about these issues and about these processes and transparency as well. So the first question that I get from a lot of people, Mike, is how do you arrive at an assessed value for somebody's property?
Yeah, so to answer that question, the state really sets the guidelines on how we assess, and there's three ways that we assess in the state of Indiana. It's mass appraisal, income approach, and cost approach. Income approach is usually used for rental properties. So we look at rental income to derive value. But when it comes to your home, we're looking at your home and we're looking at data that makes up the total assessment. So we're going to look at the age of the property, the size of the property, the square footage, and we're going to look at the condition of the home, and we're going to compare them to the homes in your neighborhood that are similar to those properties. And then the state requires us to look at how does your home compare to the homes that are selling within a particular year. That's why it's important for the taxpayer to review their property record card for accuracy, to make sure that we have the assessments correct. One of the areas we see is maybe we had a basement that was finished and it's not. So that's something that the taxpayer would want to take a look at.
Where can they find the property record card?
So if you go on to that's a great question, because in the past it was kind of a little hard to get to and it wasn't up to date. I just initiated an Engage portal. So if you go to the St. Joseph County Assessor's page, look for Engage, and then you can look up any property. And what's unique about the Engage program is you can actually look up all the properties within the county, and you can also pull comparables of your own based off of what the sold properties were. So any data that you want to see is there. It's now available to you. Anything I would have in my office is available to you as a taxpayer. All you got to do is put in an address.
Market value. What does that have to do with assessed value?
Yeah, so the state says we're market value in use. So the state's going to come in and look at homes in a particular neighborhood and say, just to keep it simple, hey, your assessment says 100,000, but they're selling for 150. So the state wants to make sure we're reflective of what's happening in the market. So they want your house to be at 150. That's why it's important, again, for the taxpayer. Not all homes are the same, and may have different values, and that's why the appeal process is important.